Alrighty, we are live here with severe weather coverage. It is Tuesday, August 25th, 2026, and we currently have an enhanced risk of severe weather in place for Texas. Now, the main threat is going to be damaging winds. We're looking at damaging winds upwards of 70 to 80 miles an hour today across the panhandle of Texas, all the way up to parts of Nebraska. The highest chance of seeing those strong winds are going to be in the panhandle of Texas. So the panhandle of Texas is where our main severe weather threat is at the moment in terms of the SPC outlook that we have as of 3 o'clock. We will be getting a new one here in the next 25 minutes. For our hail risk, we do have two separate 15% risk zones here. We got one in the upper Midwest, and we've also got one over here in the Great Plains. Nothing significant, just looking at our normal quarter-sized hail up to golf ball sized hail. So looking at just hail less than 2 inch in diameter today. And then we do have a low tornado risk up here in the upper Midwest as well, including places like Minnesota, Wisconsin, and a little bit of Michigan as well. The main storm I am looking at with potential tornado potential today would be this current severe thunderstorm cell here. It hasn't been able to do anything yet, but if we can see this storm organize, this is really going to be the one that I am going to keep an eye on for that potential tornado threat today, or I should say tonight. We do have a 70-mile-an-hour severe thunderstorm warning. That is a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. We actually have two, but we have one replacing the old one. And this warning is going to be for the next 53 minutes here for parts of Oklahoma and Texas, including Amarillo, Borger, Stinnett, Morse, Spearman, and Hardesty. Make sure you guys are seeking shelter immediately, as we are looking at very strong winds with this line, or kind of more of a cluster of storms. It's not really that well of an organized line, but as these storms track to the east, we are expecting these storms to get more and more organized into an actual line and produce potentially 80+ mile-an-hour winds as they get further east. But at the moment, they are currently warned for that 70-mile-an-hour winds here and less than 0.75-inch hail, so not really looking at any severe hail with this storm, only looking at the 70-mile-an-hour winds here. That is radar indicated. So once again, that is going to be tracking towards Amarillo, Borger, Spearman, some places in this warning here. This warning is in Oklahoma and Texas here. Both panhandles. We do have a 60-mile-an-hour severe thunderstorm warning up here in Nebraska, also for half-dollar sized hail. This is going to be for Morrill County, and the storm is going to be tracking towards the Crescent Lake National Wildlife Refuge here as it tracks to the east. I'm just going to be going through some many severe thunderstorm warnings that we currently have. We currently have 14 severe thunderstorm warnings. And that is why we are currently live. So the next one we are going to go through, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in Nova Scotia. This doesn't go to our counter, but I'll cover it a little bit anyways. This is just for strong wind and heavy rain here in Nova Scotia. So way northeast there. We also have another severe thunderstorm warning in Nebraska for the next 36 minutes here for Morrill and Cheyenne counties for 60-mile-an-hour winds and a quarter-sized hail here in Nebraska. So make sure you are seeking shelter. If you are in Lodgepole, you are in the track of this. I would also stay weather aware if you're in Oshkosh or Llewellyn, as this is going to be tracking towards your area as well. Next, we're going to be going down to Florida here for a severe thunderstorm warning for Washington, Holmes, and Jackson counties here in Florida for 60-mile-an-hour winds. This warning will be going on for the next 20 minutes here, as these storms
A new
are
flash flood warning has been
very
issued.
not really moving much, but I believe, yeah, it looks like they're moving south-southeast. So this could be tracking more towards the Wausau area, but I would not be surprised if we see a flash flooding threat with these as well. Seeing how these, I mean, this has not been moving really at all. It's really just been staying over the same area this whole time. So definitely looking at a potential flash flooding risk here in Washington, Holmes, and Jackson counties here in Florida. Do have a tornado possible. So they did add a tornado possible tag onto the severe thunderstorm warning that is in Wisconsin for the next 5 minutes. Um, I am expecting to see a new warning be issued for this storm within the next 5 minutes here, with also another tornado possible tag on it. The storm hasn't really been able to take control of the environment rotation wise or tornadic wise, but what was I just gonna do? I can't remember. But this is a storm that we're just gonna need to keep a close eye on as this tracks to the east, as we do have some broad rotation on this storm, which is why we do have that tornado possible label on it. Alright, for our next severe thunderstorm warning, we're going to go into Wyoming and Nebraska. This is going to be for Banner, Laramie, and Kimball counties for the next 19 minutes here. This is going to be for 60-mile-an-hour winds as well as 1-inch sized hail. So if you're in Albin, you are currently being hit by these severe storms. If you're in Bushnell or Kimball, I would be seeking shelter. Kimball, you aren't quite in the severe warning, but I would be seeking shelter just as a precautionary measure here for the storm that is tracking in your direction. You're right on the edge of the severe warning here. Next severe thunderstorm warning is going to be over here in Texas for the next 33 minutes. This is going to be for Oldham, Randall, Death, Smith, as well as Potter counties for 60-mile-an-hour winds. Once again, that is here in Texas. These storms are also going to be tracking towards Amarillo, as these are tracking to the east. Okay, alright, almost to the end here. Next severe thunderstorm warning here will be for the next 18 minutes here for Bent and Otero counties here in Colorado for 60-mile-an-hour winds, as well as 1.25-inch hail. That is half-dollar sized hail. This is going to be tracking to the east towards Colorado Highway 101. So make sure you're seeking shelter if you're in that warning as well. Next, we're going to Georgia here to this severe thunderstorm warning that will be going on for the next 17 minutes for Brooks and Thomas counties for just 60-mile-an-hour winds, as these storms are tracking to the south towards Thomasville, Boston, Dixie, and Quitman. This will be tracking towards the Florida border as well. So make sure you're seeking shelter if you're in that warning as well. And then finally, we have a severe thunderstorm warning here in Louisiana for these storms tracking. Where are these going? Yeah, these are going southwest. So Morgan City, Amelia, as well as Patterson, you are currently being hit by these severe thunderstorms. Make sure you are seeking shelter in an interior room for 60-mile-an-hour winds and observed half-dollar sized hail. So we do have confirmed half-dollar sized hail on the storm here in Louisiana. This warning will expire in 1 minute though, so it does not look like they are going to be reissuing a warning as of now. So our highest priority severe thunderstorm warning is currently the one in Oklahoma and Texas for the 70-mile-an-hour winds here for the next 46 minutes. This is a considerable damage threat, so expect considerable damage to your home or building. Make sure you are seeking shelter indoors in a sturdy structure, as we are looking at very strong winds with this storm. Very strong winds. Alright, we're having many severe thunderstorm warnings about to expire here in the next 30 seconds. We did just get an extension to that severe thunderstorm warning, I believe, in Louisiana. So they are going to continue it. Yeah, there it is. So this is going to be for St. Mary and St. Martin counties here in Louisiana. This is for the storm that's currently over Patterson and Morgan City. Make sure you are seeking shelter in an interior room, as we are looking at just 60-mile-an-hour winds now on the storm. We also just got a new considerable severe thunderstorm warning in Texas. I'll get to that when it pops up on the map. It's going to be this tiny thing. Interesting. So we have a new severe thunderstorm warning. This thing goes for an hour. That is kind of surprising here. For Moore County, Texas, so 1 hour on this new severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued here in Texas for 70-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. That is a considerable damage threat here for Dumas. Dumas? I think it's Dumas and Cactus. We also have a 80-mile-an-hour wind report as of 25 minutes ago over here in Texas. That is kind of interesting. If we bring the radar back to 25, no, it was at 20, correct? I believe it was at 20. Yeah, so this is when we got that 80-mile-an-hour wind report here in Texas. This is what the radar looked like at that time. Did just get another severe thunderstorm warning in Texas. It's going to be for 60-mile-an-hour winds over here, including places like Adrian, Vega, Wildorado, and Bushland, as well as Boys Ranch. This is for the storms that are tracking to the east towards Amarillo, as well as Lake Tanglewood. And this severe thunderstorm warning will go on for the next 58 minutes. This is for Oldham, Randall, Deaf, Smith, as well as Potter counties here in Texas for 60-mile-an-hour winds for the next hour for these storms that are currently tracking to the east towards Amarillo. So make sure you are seeking shelter if you are in that warning, protecting yourself from these storms, from these severe storms, I should say. Going back up to Wisconsin, let's take a look at this. We no longer have a severe thunderstorm warning up here for the storm. I do have a storm chaser up here, though I do not have the rights to show him on stream. I'm currently watching him on YouTube, just so I can have a look at what the storms look like up here. And it actually looks really neat. Got a really cool looking shelf cloud up here in Wisconsin. This is tracking towards Springbrook, Trago, and Spooner. We also have to be keeping a very, very close eye on the storm, as it looks like it is trying to hook out now. So if we can see an RFD surge on this, as well as an inflow, we could be seeing a tornado threat develop out of the storm. That is no longer even severe warned, so keep that in mind. This thing was severe warned. It is no longer, though, severe warned. Do have a rotation report, or a funnel cloud report, excuse me, as of about 17 minutes ago. And that would be from the storm. What was that, at 31? Yeah, so about here. So we'd be looking at this storm here for a funnel. And that does not really surprise me. This, once again, if I would expect to see a tornado at the moment, I would expect for it to be out of this storm that we are currently looking at. They did just severe warn this as well. So we did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning here in Wisconsin. That's going to be for Washburn and Sawyer counties for the next 55 minutes. This is for 60-mile-an-hour winds, half dollar size tail, as well as a tornado possible tag. So make sure you are seeking shelter immediately, as a potential tornado could develop out of the cell. That includes Washburn and Sawyer counties for Trago, Spooner, Mage, Edgewater, Meteor, Codray, as well as Stone Lake and Springbrook. Make sure you are seeking shelter immediately, watching for a potential tornado to develop out of this. No rotation as of yet on radar. We just have to keep a close eye on the storm here. So it's doing its best to try and hook out here and produce a potential tornado. So once again, make sure you are seeking shelter if you are in this severe thunderstorm warning in Wisconsin with that tornado possible tag. We currently have 13 severe thunderstorm warnings in the United States. We have one severe thunderstorm warning currently in effect in Canada. That's going to be in Nova Scotia. So that's currently what we are looking at for severe thunderstorm warnings. We do not have any tornado warnings at the moment. We have 4 flash flood warnings. And we have 9 severe special weather statements. I'm just now getting a look. Storm Chaser CJ Ziegler, who is the one that is up here, you can find him on YouTube. I am not able to show him on stream. I'm watching him on my phone so I can have a reference to what the storm looks like. There is a lowering on the storm that is currently tracking towards Spooner. He is currently looking at. So we do have a lowering on the storm that is tracking to the southeast here in Wisconsin. So I can confirm a lowering on the storm. Should be getting a new SPC Day 1 outlook here in a little bit. We have not gotten one yet. But that is scheduled for 8 o'clock, so around 8 minutes. Usually they're never on the dot. Usually they're around 5 to 10. They're around 1 to 10 minutes early or late. You never know. Never really know. Let's see if we got any traffic cameras up here. Might as well. Let's see if we can get the camera program to work. I know we've been having some issues with it lately, so I'm gonna get rid of that so we can take a look, see if we have any kind of a view of the storm here in Wisconsin. I'm going to take a look. We do have one camera in Trago. See if this works or not. We're going to add it to slot 1 and see if it works or not. Might not work, but this is... Yeah, it does work. Okay, sweet. So we do have a camera here in Trago. Well, let me get this on the screen. There we go. So this is on US 63 here in Trago. It's quite rainy, so if you look in the top right hand side of your screen, right, kind of where I've circled is kind of where this camera is at, kind of in here. It's gonna be I can get a better circle here. It's gonna be right here. So you've kind of got an arrow at it. If you can see that in the top right hand side of your screen, got a little circle around it where that camera is. We won't be able to see. This is actually pointing southwest. So actually this camera is pointing directly where I would want it to go. We just can't see because of the rain. But it looks like the storm is kind of failing to hook out here, so that's a good sign. It's kind of folding in on itself back into the storm here in Wisconsin, so that is a very good sign. Looks like the tornado threat for now is not, it's on the lower side for now. But you still need to be seeking shelter, as we do still have a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible label on it here for Sawyer and Washburn counties in Wisconsin. Let's take a look back down in Texas. We have a ton of wind reports down here in Texas now. Storms are now starting to be more of a line now, so they're much more of a mature line that is now tracking to the east. Amarillo storms are about to be tracking into downtown Amarillo here over the next couple minutes. Currently over Bushland and Bishop Hills, but about to be going into downtown Amarillo here in the next 10, 15, 20 minutes here. So be ready in Amarillo. You should be taking shelter. We may have a funnel. We may have a funnel in Wisconsin. Looking at the storm chaser feed, it's very hard to tell. It's so rain. There's so much rain in there. There's definitely a lowering. I think we had a small funnel coming out of this though. Here in Wisconsin, I believe we did have a little funnel near Trego. That would be here in Wisconsin. I'm trying to figure out if there is exactly what we're looking at. It's tough to tell because there's so much rain in there. It's definitely a very rain-wrapped area of rotation if we do have one. I think we do have a very broad area of rotation at the moment. We did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning, new very large severe thunderstorm warning in Texas. Wait for that to pop up here on Weatherfront. That looked like a very large severe thunderstorm warning. We're getting a couple here. I'm getting two new ones here in Texas. Should be getting two new ones here. Okay, it was an update. So they've updated our severe thunderstorm warning here. This no longer includes the panhandle of Oklahoma here, but this does include the panhandle of Texas still. They have upgraded the winds. It is now observed 70-mile-an-hour winds, so it is not just 70-mile-an-hour radar indicated winds. It is now observed winds. Let me take a look and see what this is observed by. This is observed by let's see, automated weather equipment. So that is observed by automated weather equipment. We do also have a new severe thunderstorm warning out here in Wyoming and Nebraska for the next 46 minutes. This is going to include Goshen, Sioux, and Niobrara counties here in Wyoming and Nebraska for 60-mile-an-hour winds and 1-inch hail. The storm is about to go right over Van Tassel. So make sure you're seeking shelter if you're over here in this warning on the border of Wyoming and Nebraska. We did get a new mesoscale discussion here. Let's see if it's on. We got it 1 minute ago, so it might not be on here yet. And no, it's not. Okay. I'll go to it as soon as it pops up here on Weatherfront. For now, let's take a look back over here in Wisconsin. See what the storm is looking like. Looks like it might be trying to hook back out again. Might be trying a bit further to the west this time. We're going to be seeing possibly a storm merger here. Let me take a look and see the direction. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be having a storm merger here, so that could increase the potential of a spin-up tornado here in Wisconsin. So we have to be keeping a close eye on that the storm here in Wisconsin. Let's see, not yet on here. Okay, just gotta keep an eye. Just gotta keep an eye on it. This is a view. I'll get to that in a second. Let me take a quick look at this. Alright, that hasn't updated yet. So this is a view of this storm that is here in Wisconsin. This is a camera out of Trago, Wisconsin on US 63. This camera is facing to the southwest. Got some very heavy rain over here in Trago at the moment. Got quite the heavy rain. Heavy rain should keep going for a couple minutes here, and then should ease up here in probably 10-15 minutes in Trago. And then it looks like we could have a second kind of line of rain coming in, maybe even a third line after that as well. Got possibly multiple lines of heavy rain that could be tracking towards the Trago area here, which is currently where we have this camera. This camera does come from the Wisconsin 511, the Wisconsin DOT. So that is a look here from Trago, Wisconsin on US 63. Let's take a look at the latest scan here. See if I can see anything really that catches my eye. Nothing. Looks like we aren't looking at anything in terms of rotation at the moment. This is kind of that new area that I'm keeping an eye out for, a potential new hook. There's just to the north of Spooner right now. This is going to be near the Spooner Health, as well as Spooner Golf Club. It's going to be tracking to the east as well. But we're going to see if it does actually hook out here or not. You can kind of see it developing over the last couple scans. Kind of reaching out. We'll see if it hooks or not. It's reaching out right now, but we're going to see if it actually fully hooks or not. Which, if it does, that is when we could see a potential tornado threat out of the storm. So it tracks towards places like Edgewater, Mage, and Stone Lake. So make sure we are seeking shelter if we are in any severe thunderstorm warnings at the moment. We do currently have 9 severe thunderstorm warnings here in the United States, and our severe thunderstorm warning in Canada, I believe, has been canceled. Just now realizing we do have a severe thunderstorm watch out here in British Columbia. Kind of interesting. I'm not really seeing much at the moment, but it's Canada. There's a lot that could happen. You see a lot of random stuff happen. Alright, we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Garden County, Nebraska here. This is going to be for 60-mile-an-hour winds and half-dollar-sized hail for the next 41 minutes. The storm is currently tracking to the east, and it's going to be tracking towards the Crescent Lake National Wildlife Refuge. So make sure you're seeking shelter if you are in Garden County here in Nebraska for the next 40 minutes for this new severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-an-hour winds and $50 sized hail. Latest scan does show a much more defined hail core on this. We are fairly far away from a radar site. We're in quite the radar hole here, but this is kind of where our main area of hail currently resides here. This is where we are seeing that $50 sized hail here in Nebraska. Back up to Wisconsin here. Alright, we did get a new day 1 outlook, by the way. And we do still have a enhanced risk of severe weather. And that's going to be for damaging winds. We do also still have a 15% hail risk and a 2% tornado risk as well. Work on getting stuff updated in a bit. The storm is definitely trying to kind of hook out here. Not currently able to do it, but it hasn't succeeded yet, but it is definitely trying to near Spooner. That's kind of just the area we need to keep an eye out, or an eye on. I do have CJ Ziegler up here as well that I'm currently watching. Once again, I do not have the rights to show him on stream, but you can find him on YouTube, as well as the Weatherfront app, which you can download on iPhone or Android in the App Store or Google Play. And it is also on desktop, app.weatherfront.web, or my goodness, I just messed that up, didn't I? Why? Yeah, app.weatherfront.com. What am I saying? I have no clue what in the world just happened, but you know, it just happens sometimes, so. Back down to Texas here, Amarillo, about to be hit by these 70-mile-an-hour winds here in a little bit. Storms are it's now a full line that's about to go into Amarillo here. Did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning up here in British Columbia. It's outside of our severe thunderstorm watch up here. It's going to be way southwest of Prince George, west of Quesnel. And this is going to be for, what is this? This is going to be for strong wind gusts, quarter-sized hail, and heavy rain. For the next 55 minutes here in British Columbia, Canada, tracking towards the Cluscoil Lake Provincial Park? Provincial Park? I don't know. That's a place that is a park that is in the path of this, though. Good ways ahead of it, but still a landmark that I can give. Pretty much the only landmark I can give. That is out ahead of that. Storm wants to do something, but it is struggling to do it once again. It's really now connecting to this slew of storms that are down here near Rice Lake. These storms are going to be tracking towards Rice Lake and Weyerhaeuser. Or Weyerhaeuser. What the heck? Why can't I pronounce that, bro? Weyerhaeuser. There we go. It's tracking towards Weyerhaeuser. I think I probably still said that wrong, but I think that's a German name. That looks very German. Weyerhaeuser. I'm gonna take a guess and say that's German, because I know there's some German stuff here in Wisconsin, so I do know that. German stuff does exist here in Wisconsin. The view up in Trago, Wisconsin is much better, but it's going to be light rain here for a little bit, but we're about to see heavy rain about to go right back over Trago here once again. So conditions are going to worsen once again here in Trago in a couple minutes time, which we will be watching on this camera. Alright, I'm going to keep it on that camera. Unless something crazy happens, I'm going to keep it on that camera, and I'm going to update the overlay for our new day one outlook that we have. I believe it's in here. Yeah, it is. Okay. So we do still have that enhanced risk of severe weather for Texas. And that is only for Texas, correct? Yes, it is. So I just need to change the time to 8 p.m. There we go. So that's done already. That was pretty easy. I think what's going to take the longest is going to be this. So, okay. So our hail risk is still a 15% for Colorado, Nebraska, Kansas, and Wisconsin. Minnesota is no longer included in that 15% hail risk here. No SIG on that. For wind, we do still have that SIG 1 in Texas with the 30% risk. Okay, and we do have SIG for Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. So that is all correct still. And then for the tornado risk, have a 2% still for Wisconsin and Minnesota, no longer for Michigan. It was just a very small area of Michigan, so there we go. Alright, that was probably the quickest I've ever updated that. Not much to change, that's why. That was pretty easy. Pretty easy. Alright, back to our live radar here. And I think I don't have the warning system. There we go. Now it is. Now we've got the warning system. That's better. I don't know why I didn't have it earlier, but just make sure. Yeah, it's off on everything. Okay. Good to know. Weird. Now, I think the last time I streamed was still when the pop-ups were broken, so. But they are fixed now, so we're good. We're good. I know I was not here for a long time. That is because I was on vacation for a little bit. Just got a new severe thunderstorm warning in Texas for 1 hour and 1 minute for Armstrong, Randall, and Deaf Smith counties for the next hour here for 60-mile-an-hour winds. That's going to include Umbarger, as well as Kannon, as well as Happy. Oh my gosh, I want to live in Happy, bro. You know how happy I would be if I lived in Happy? I would be so happy. I'd literally be so happy. Alright, our line of storms are now going into the western side of Amarillo here. Currently tracking into the northwest side here. I need to take a look. We do have a little bit of a hook here. Nothing on rotation. No, nothing rotation-wise, though. That's something we just need to keep an eye on. I don't think we really have much of an environment for tornadoes, though. So, but doesn't mean we cannot have any kind of a QLCS tornado threat. So, Just need to keep an eye on that. Let a little bit of a hook there. Alright, this is our mesoscale discussion that we got a while ago here in Texas. So, the SPC is talking about, or also known as the Storm Prediction Center, is talking about the greatest risk for severe gusts being in this red area. That includes Amarillo, Pampa, as well as Border and Clarendon. And severe gusts should occur for at least a few more hours. 75-mile-an-hour gusts are still possible in this blue outlined area. It's going to include some places like Dumas, Perryton, Canadian, Shamrock, Wellington, Childress, Dimmitt, Hereford, as well as Dalhart and Dumas, I already said. So we're talking about winds upwards of 90 miles an hour and hail upwards of $half sized. And that is this red shaded area here, or red outlined and shaded area here in Texas. Back to Wisconsin. Actually, I never even realized, but the La Crosse radar site is out. That's quite interesting. Huh. Weird. Got a good few radar sites out right now. Got one in Kansas, Oklahoma. Got two in Kentucky that are out as well. Then we've got the one in Wisconsin. Then we got one in Canada as well. I think that's really it, other than the one. Yeah, we got the one that's out over here in Japan, where we do have a typhoon. Typhoon Sawdell is out here with 115-mile-an-hour winds. That's going to be tracking towards China. Look at this. The Pacific is just popping off. I mean, look at this. I mean, and all we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4 areas that we are keeping an eye on for tropical development. And there's a chance that they could all go towards Hawaii for all we know, which is kind of crazy. Also, look at this. We do have a... I need east. There we go. Do have a... What is this? A 70% 2-day Atlantic disturbance here. So in the next 2 days, there's a 70% chance we do see a tropical system develop here. I'd say there's a high chance that we do see a tropical system, and I do think there's a very good chance we do see a hurricane out of this. Though that hurricane at the moment does not look like it would pose any threat to the United States. Looks like it, right now it looks like it's just going to go out to sea. But that is an area we need to just keep an eye on. Or just, it's a system we need to keep a close eye on, just in case if it does track more towards the United States. As it's going to be going into a low shear environment. So it's going to be one that we need to take a, my goodness, one we need to keep a close eye on. Can't speak. I don't know why. I just can't speak sometimes, and I don't know why. I'd say tornado threat with the storm that is here in Wisconsin is lower now. I think we're just looking at the 60-mile-an-hour winds and $half-sized hail, and just heavy rain as well, especially in Stone Lake. Stone Lake's going to be getting hit pretty hard from this, I'd say. See if we have any more cameras here in Wisconsin out in the path of this. It does not look like we do. Let's see if we have anything anywhere else. We have a couple cameras in Amarillo. I'm not sure if they'll work though. I haven't really used Texas cameras before, so for all I know, these could not work at all. Let's take, I don't know, let's grab this one, see if this will work. Oh, sweet, these do work. Nice. That makes me happy. So that's gonna be there. I'm gonna grab one down more towards Canyon. Ooh, we got some police on that one. Alright, we're gonna go to the 3 camera view. And that's not working. Beautiful. I forgot about this. So give me a quick second. I just have to update the script for this. It'll only take me a couple. It should only take me a couple minutes here. Open folder. I just need to update the script for this real quick so that it will work. It shouldn't take long. It'll only take a couple minutes here. And we need main. There we go. Alright, so I need to take this. Trying to remember how to do this because it's been a little bit. Okay, and then open this. And what are we on? 3 camera view. So let's get the 3 camera view. One. Where is it? There it is. Literally the first one. I just missed it. Alright, that should be going. It's a little frozen right now though. So I'm just gonna give it a second, let it load. All the coding likes to lag me out quite a lot, so just keep waiting for now. Yeah, it completely froze on me. I'm gonna see if I can get this real quick. Reopen. There we go. Alright, file, open folder. Let's try this one more time. Need to get the 3 camera view. And we are freezing again, so maybe this won't work. Completely forgot. I needed to do this way before we were streaming, but I just completely forgot. And I'm paying the price for it. Because currently, I do not have any working background on this. Unfortunately, nothing wants to load for me, so. Alright, see if it works. I'm just gonna leave it for a second and let it load. Alright, so these storms are going to be tracking into Amarillo here. The middle and bottom cameras are going to be in Amarillo, and then the top one will be in 4-hour severe storm in Wisconsin. Alright, so this should work now. Let's just check. This should work. So if I just refresh that, it's going to take a second. See if that worked. It did not. That is great. Oh, it's saving. That's still saving, that's why. Man, I'm really paying the price for not doing this beforehand. Not gonna lie. Luckily, we aren't getting any new warnings at the moment, but let's try this again. Refresh. Alright, that'll just take a second. So here in Texas, we did have a cop on the bottom camera, but he is gone now. And there we go. It's working now. Sweet. That's good. That is good. It's not perfect, but it's much better. So these are the storms here in Texas. This is warned for 70-mile-an-hour winds. Observed winds, I should say. This warning goes for the next 6 minutes, so I'm expecting to see a new warning be issued here in Texas here in just a little bit. I'd be quite surprised if we don't see one. Back up here in Wisconsin, still just looking at the storm. This thing might be trying to wrap up here, though. Take a look. Yeah, we have some broad rotation on this now. Here in Wisconsin. It's going to be tracking towards Edgewater, so we just need to be keeping a close eye on the storm that is up here in Wisconsin, as we are looking at maybe a little bit of a higher tornado threat than we've seen over the last hour. We've now been live for an hour here. That's actually kind of crazy. Doesn't feel like it. Feels like I've only been live for like 30 minutes, but oh, it's been a full hour. It's that crazy. Alright, I'm gonna grab a drink real quick. I just ran out of the one I was drinking, so I'm gonna grab a drink real quick and I'll be right back. Alrighty, we're good. Literally just drank half of it already, but you know. Alright, latest scan has come in here. That is not what I meant to click. Looks like tornado threat. It's trying, but it's not quite there yet. Like it wants to produce something, but it is just struggling to get that hook shape out there. Yeah, it's just struggling at the moment. So, so still got to keep an eye out on the storm here in Wisconsin for a potential tornado threat. As it tracks towards Edgewater, Meteor. Oh my god, it's called Meteor. Meteor, bro, it's Meteor. Oh my gosh, I feel really dumb now. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, Codre, as well as Stone Lake, are in the path of this. Just need to keep a close eye on it. See if it does try and do anything. Currently not able to do anything, so. Wish there was a keybind for storm relative velocity. I'm not sure if I can set a keybind. Let me check, because I really wish there was a keybind for it. Keybind settings, here we go. Can I edit any of it? No, you can't. Let's default to. And that just uses numbers. That's not gonna work for me, because I do not use numbers. Oh my gosh, it has storm relative. Hold up. Hold up, what's default one? Ooh, hoo, hoo. I might be using this now. Default 2, give me. Clear tools, let me just check and make sure it doesn't change anything else that I want. Oh, you can show and hide warnings with A. I did not know that. That's actually really cool. That's a fun button now. I like A. Look at this. Hold on. Ready, ready, ready. Okay. I'm gonna go crazy with that now. I think everything is fine. So I'm just gonna have to learn using numbers now instead of the shift and a letter. Just fine. I can do that. Oh. Oh. The heck? This is not what I wanted. What? I can't get the high res correlation coefficient with this? Why? No, I can't. Why can't I? What? That's annoying. That's weird. I don't like that. But oh well. That's fine. So I guess we'll just be sticking to what we had. Oh well. We're losing daylight here in Wisconsin. Where I am, I'm looking outside. It is pitch black outside now. So it's got to be getting pretty dark here. And actually looking at CJ Ziegler, it is quite dark here now in Wisconsin. Oh, the cop's back there. Look at that. We got a cop on there. Let me put him in the slot 1. Someone got caught. Hold up. Look at this. We have a cop in Texas, in Amarillo. I went to the wrong one. There we go. That's in Amarillo. Look on the right side. We got a couple. We got 2 cops. The heck did bro do? What did bro do? Just got a new considerable severe thunderstorm warning in Texas, including Amarillo, Panhandle, Claude, Lake Tanglewood, Bushland, White Deer, Pampas, Kellytown, Borger, Fritch, as well as Spearman, Groover, Morse, and Stinnett. It's going to be for 70-mile-an-hour winds. 70-mile-an-hour winds here in the Panhandle of Texas. And that does include Panhandle in the Panhandle of Texas. Yes. Yes, it does. So we currently have 7 severe thunderstorm warnings and 0 tornado warnings. Probably not going to be streaming for much longer. If I had to guess, probably might only just go for a couple more minutes here. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, wow. Our storm here in Wisconsin has just died. There is nothing left of our storm here in Wisconsin anymore. This thing is done. No tornado potential out of this thing anymore. Wow. What the heck just happened? Literally just said nope. Alrighty then. Well, in that case, I'm gonna end the stream here because I know there's still stuff happening, but not enough to make it easy to cover stuff. So we're gonna end the stream here. Thank you to anyone who joined. We did end up streaming for just over an hour today, so that's not bad. So thank you to anyone who watched, and I will see you in the next one. Ooh, I do want to mention real quick. I forgot. We do have tomorrow. We do have a slight risk, and look at that. We have a 5% tornado risk in Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio. So there's a good chance we do go live tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. Be subscribed to get notified, or at least turn notifications on as well for when we do go live. I think there's definitely a fairly good chance we do go live tomorrow. So, but yeah. So thank you to anyone who was here for the stream. I really appreciate it. If you want to help out, if you want to subscribe and like, that really does help out. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.